fight. Dillian Whyte, Tyson Fury. So we know the bids were meant to be this week. First bids been delayed to, what is it, Monday or Tuesday next week?
7-day delay. Tuesday, I believe.
So, come on, expand on kind of what's been happening regarding this situation over the last 10, 12 days.
There's a lot going on behind the scenes from a legal perspective with the arbitration, obviously. Well documented, the split for that fight was 80-20, and Dillian wasn't happy with that split, his team, his lawyers, everybody. So there's a process to go through to appeal that. There's also other issues pending legally. So the delay was the cause of that, really. Seeing his team tomorrow to go through some stuff, and we'll wait to see what happens.
Can I just get a response from you? I know you've probably already done this, about the 80-20 first of all. Was that expected, that ruling first of all?
The way that I guess he's been treated over the years, yeah, probably. I mean, 80-20 is like a standard split for some random guy who's sort of won a average eliminator and just found himself in a position, in my opinion. You know, the split has a maximum for Dillian Whyte of 45%. And what you're doing is you're not taking into consideration the draw of Dillian Whyte, the fact the guy's headlined, 6 pay-per-view events, sold out the O2 on numerous occasions, but more importantly, the amount of time that he's waited, or he's had to wait for this opportunity. And we don't feel that 80-20 is a fair representation of that. Got every right to appeal. Lots of people appeal about splits, not, and you know, we'll have to see where it goes. But I don't think that split is fair at all. No, and I think he's quite right to be taking action on it.
Those are the words of Eddie Hearn and his stance and his counterpunch on the split itself. He doesn't think that it's fair. He doesn't think that that's what they're going to choose. That's why they're appealing. And of course, you heard him say, it's not right for a person that's been waiting that long. And let me counterpunch. I do agree with Eddie Hearn to a certain degree, except when he's talking about the amount of time he waited, because when you're talking about waiting for an opportunity, for one, in 2019, it was stripped of him wrongfully. In 2020, it was taken from him rightfully. Okay. Now in 2021, he got that back. And I think between the comments that White has said towards the WBC, I think this is a direct result of the lack of diplomacy that Dillian Whyte has shown towards the sanctioning body that he wants to do right by him. And I think this is a direct result of it. This is the direct result of him talking shit about Mauricio, even though he was right for doing so. But then if you're saying that about a boss that you're expecting a raise or whatever, an opportunity, and then you get that opportunity and it's not what you expected that you deserved, right? But you have to understand it's been back and forth beef between you and that particular president or CEO of that particular company and what you feel should happen. So what happens when you do and you're rightfully owned a particular position like he's did before, they're going to give you less than they want or less than they should. The 45% is something that he could get up to, and they gave him 20. They didn't even go with half. They could have gave him 22.5%. They didn't even want to do that. They gave him 20. They gave him 20 because they felt that's what he deserved based on the shit that he said against them and talked against them. And it showed them like, hey, it's a big slap in the face. It is, but that's what they're doing, and that's why they done it. Okay? So at the end of the day, with Dillian Whyte wanting 20%, hopefully they can give him 30. 30 would be better, a lot better than 20. But for 45%, that's still 15% they could work with. So there's a lot of money that they would rather split with Tyson Fury than him, and it should show him that they don't give a damn about him. Okay? They look at him as a random person because that's exactly what he did to strip off their good graces by saying what he said. Now, mind you, I don't think they liked Dillian White before he started talking shit, so I don't think that really mattered. But at the end of the day, again, they're not backing down. They're still engaging on the split. They don't think it's fair. I hope they get justice for it. But I hope most importantly that Dillian White is training and using all this as fuel when it's time to get in that ring if that time comes. I don't want him sitting around biting his fucking nails about what the split should be versus, banging that fucking bag and making sure he's ready for the Gypsy King. That's what I think he should be worried more about, because a lot of times you could get too caught up in politics and other BS that you can't really focus on what you need to do once the job is handed to you and it's time to do the actual job. Okay? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn saying that he is not backing down. The split's not right. Take in consideration who the hell is Dillian White. Bars. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.